On today's show, we sit down with performing artist Kylie Swenson of Dogtail Corners and get a short, just the facts update on Kingston town government.
We'll also highlight upcoming things to do on the South Shore, including events, shows, classes, and programs in Plymouth, Pembroke, Kingston, and Duxbury.
We're glad you're here. Let's get started. Currently showing at our gallery here at the local scene, Winter Stillness opened on January 16th, featuring 11 local artists, food, music by Dogtail Corners, and our Open Here podcast. Tiff sat down with Dogtail Corners performing artist Kylie Swenson.
When did you realize that you were a musician?
I don't know. Oh, that's a good question. I don't think it was ever really a realization. It was always just a thing that I did. I always sang. And then I just, as I grew up, I just became more and more invested into creating music and art.
Did you see any of the artwork tonight?
Yes.
Is there anything that you identified with the most?
I have to see the rest of it because I didn't realize this place was so huge. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful pieces. I wish I knew the name. I don't know if you saw the little wolf. I love him. I don't know what it is. My heart is so called to it. He's so wonderful. I think I respect physical and visual artists a lot to be able to create something from nothing. That's amazing.
The theme of the night is winter stillness. What does that mean to you?
Winter stillness. That, I think with the new year, there's so much pressure to be productive and new resolutions and all of that. And I think as human beings, we need to kind of follow nature and also slow down and rest. Because for me personally, it feels really unnatural to be really on the go. I try to live through the season, so I think everybody should take some time to rest, like the rest of winter does.
Nobody loves no one.
To learn more about Kylie, check out her Instagram at Dogtail Corners.
One of the greatest gifts you can leave your loved ones is end-of-life planning. Making the deeply personal choice between cremation and burial can be emotionally fraught, involving spiritual beliefs, financial considerations, and environmental factors. Would you like expert advice in a supportive setting on this subject? Strengthening End-of-Life Conversations is a monthly gathering hosted by Pembroke Senior Services that provides resources and information meant to foster productive discussions with your family and loved ones about these often difficult topics. The meeting on Monday, March 16th will be led by Cheryl Botieri, MS End-of-Life Educator, Family Support Specialist, and End-of-Life Doula, and focus on the topic of burial versus cremation. The group will meet from 10 to 11 a.m., and you can stop by the front desk to sign up or call the center at 781-294-8220. Come conjure spring and nourish your soul through brushstrokes and blooms of color on canvas at a watercolor painting class led by instructor Patricia Rose at the Kingston Council of Aging. On Friday, March 20th at 1 p.m., Patricia will walk students through how to paint a beautiful spring-themed watercolor work of art. As Kurt Vonnegut said, to practice any art, no matter how well or how badly, is a way to make your soul grow. This class is open to all levels of talent to come and do just that. Sign up to enjoy some inspired spring growth. The cost is just $3 and all materials are included.
Take a tremendous walk on the wild side with Wildlands Trust through the winter landscape of Tucker Preserve. On Saturday, March 21st, join forester Phil Benjamin and hike leaders Rob McDonald and Riley Newton for a winter trees hike within the Indian Head Trail. Revel in the skeletal beauty of the winter woods as you learn more about the ecology of the forest in the winter season and how to identify trees during winter. The hike will also immerse you in the history of the forest, as Phil shares knowledge from his 4 decades of experience in forest management, including historical facts dating back to the early 1900s. This 2-hour-long hike steps off at 10 a.m. and for Wildlands Trust members, costs just $5. If you're not a member yet, it'll cost you $10. You'll meet at Ludham's Ford Park on the Pembroke side at 418 West Elm Street. Parking is available on site. To learn more, visit the Wildlands Trust website.
Meet your daily fitness goal and move to the beat of a different drum on Tuesday, March 24th at the Center, Duxbury. Pop-Up Pound Fitness is a cardio workout that combines interval training with drumming, combining the energy and empowered movements of playing the drums with fun music to inspire you. This rousing workout is easy to modify and is perfect for all fitness levels. This class does not meet on a regular schedule, so don't skip a beat. Drop in for this pay-as-you-go hour-long pop-up, which starts at 10 a.m. and costs $5. Stop at the front desk to check in. Space is limited.
If it's March, it's time for Dancing with Our Stars, the much-anticipated annual dance gala presented by the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce. This fantastic fundraising event benefits the Plymouth Area One Fund, a grant program created to uplift local small businesses facing unexpected hardships. The date is Friday, March 20th at Indian Pond Country Club, when 8 local celebrities dazzle on the dance floor, all for a worthy cause and their eyes on the prize, the highly sought-after Mirror Ball Trophy. Cocktails start at 6:30 p.m. and the show kicks off at 7:30. Some tiers are now sold out, but there's still time to grab a VIP table for 10 with a premier view of the dance floor, or purchase a general admission ticket for only $75, which cannot guarantee a seat, but includes hors d'oeuvres during cocktail hour. Tickets are available through the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce website. If you can't make it in person, you'll be happy to know you can watch and donate from home. The local scene will be there and airing all of the action live. Watch it on our community television or YouTube channel at The Local Scene.
Join the discussion of the Montauk Project, Stranger Than Fiction, on March 23rd at the Plymouth Public Library about the enduring legend of a series of mind control experiments, psychic and interdimensional phenomena, research conducted by a clandestine Cold War-era government initiative, and that legend's influence on American popular culture. The Montauk Project was the inspiration for the original concept of the hit TV series Stranger Things, before the story was relocated to the fictional town of Hawkins, Indiana. Using documented history, conspiracy lore, and television storytelling, this program will underscore how one of history's most compelling mythologies lives at the convergence of government secrecy, 1980s nostalgia, and speculative science. Whether you're a history buff, pop culture enthusiast, or a fan of speculative science, there's lots to talk about in the Phalo Room from 6 to 7 p.m. Registration is required. Visit the Plymouth Public Library website. Next up is Dave Antoine with Kingston Government on The Local Scene.
With Winter Storm Hernando canceling out their meeting schedule for the rest of February, the Kingston Conservation Commission met only once that month on February 11th with a handful of items. Most of them standard, such as bills, enforcement, the approval of meeting minutes, updates, and public hearings. However, one hearing took up much of the hour: the Forge Pond Fish Passage, alternately known as Old Lake Street, with a notice of intent for construction of a permanent fishway at the Forge Pond Dam with associated dredging to restore the channel and improve diadromous fish passage. With the hearing opened by Chair Jim Franklin, the project's goal was to enhance fish passage to Silver Lake by restoring aquatic habitat and improving water quality. The Commission heard an introduction from the applicants themselves, headed by Gomez and Sullivan's Jill Griffith, a water resources and design engineer, attending remotely and identifying the partners for the project and funding. The Massachusetts Division of Marine Fisheries, the City of Brockton as the owner of the dam, Jones River Watershed Association as the technical partner, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service as the funding partner, Gomez and Sullivan Engineers as the consultants, along with the Kingston Conservation Commission. A PowerPoint presentation detailed the Jones River/Forge Pond Passage Improvement Project, ultimately to be identified as an ecological restoration project that could be filed under the Wetlands Protection Act. But to qualify as such a project, there's a number of checklist items that have to be met, including the furthering of interests such as the protection of fisheries within Mass General Law. It would involve 3 main project elements, with the primary one getting fish migrating between the ocean and freshwater environments during their life cycle. over the Forge Pond Dam and through the pond. A collaborative effort between all parties, the goals and benefits of this project is about enhancing the fish passage like American eel and river herring into Silver Lake, one that would see improvements to river flow, water restoration, and more. The proposed solution would oversee the replacement of the temporary fish ladder currently there with a permanent one, dredging a channel through Forge Pond. As far as timelines go, the fishway installation itself is targeted summer into fall, with pond dredging carrying into December. With potential odors expected to arrive from the dredging, there's also a contingency plan in place, a concern brought up by a resident along with local traffic impacts. Circling back to dredging, there was discussion on the management of sediment, provided that it's clean and could be used for dewatering the shoreline. With multiple regulatory reviews happening in and around the same time, permits are expected within the 3-month period. Pine Dubois, Executive Director of the Jones River Watershed Association, also mentioned the Central County Water Commission with respect to funding part of the dredging that help address the quality of Kingston's natural waters. The work carries on as the Commission voted to continue this project at their next March meeting. This has been your Kingston Government Access on the local scene.
The Duxbury Free Library is hosting an event that is not your typical gathering, a Doritos Taste Test. On Thursday, March 12th at 3 p.m., Doritos lovers aged 12 and up are invited to visit the resource room of the library for a taste bud challenge to see how sharp you are at identifying an array of Doritos flavors. If knowing your Cool Ranch from your spicy nacho is one of your hidden talents, head to the library's website to register for this snacktastic event.
If you or someone you love engages in acquiring things excessively, has a difficult time discarding items that are no longer useful, and their quality of life is affected, you're not alone and there is help available. Triumph Over Treasures is an upcoming program at the Plymouth Center for Active Living and is a free 8-session program led by trained volunteer facilitators Adrienne Barros and Donna Berkeley to provide guidance and helpful tools to control compulsive acquisition and retention. The series begins on Monday, March 16th from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. and will run every Monday through May 11th, except for April 20th. Please plan on committing to the full 8 weeks and to purchase the book Buried in Treasures, Help for Compulsive Acquiring, Saving, and Hoarding, Treatments That Work. Registration is required. Visit the PCAL website to sign up.
Making your own pizza brings simple ingredients together with a joyful and creative experience. Even more fun, eating the pizza you make. Create the lunch you want to munch and make your own flatbread pizza at the Kingston Council on Aging on Friday, March 27th. There'll be a medley of healthy toppings to choose from to make your pizza unique and delicious, and a friendly group of flatbread aficionados to have fun with. $5 is due at registration and covers everything, including dessert. Please register for this gastronomic gathering starting at 11 a.m. Register through the KCOA website.
As fascinating as the contours of the human mind is the desire to understand our thought patterns and the methods used to gain this understanding. Have these methods always been ethical? History reveals that human psychology's quest for knowledge is a pathway littered with infamous cases of unethical experiments on human beings. On Tuesday, March 17th at the Center, Duxbury, join Jason Burke in the McCluskey Room from 11 a.m. to 12 as he details 3 of psychology's most notorious studies. Learn about the Milgram experiment, which tested obedience to authority by requiring one person to deliver increasingly powerful electric shocks to another human. Also discussed will be the Stanford Prison Experience, a mock prison simulation that went very wrong. And finally, the 1920s Baby Albert experiment, which included a white rat, an ear-splitting noise, and an innocent and unsuspecting small child. We still have a lot to learn. To sign up for psychology's most controversial experiments, visit the center's website. The heat is on. Presented by Inebriart, the 3rd annual South Shore Hot Sauce Expo returns on April 12th from 12 to 5 p.m., this time at the Kingston Collection. Featuring the hottest makers from across the Northeast, you'll love spicing up your life with offerings that include everything from mild, flavorful, forward blends to face-melting sauces for the true bravehearts. You'll be able to pick up bottles of whatever sauces tinkle your taste buds, and local chefs will be serving up spicy specialty dishes. Sample new sauces and enjoy an afternoon hang with other enthusiastic, spicy people. Tickets are free. Visit the Eventbrite page to get yours.
Are you ready to shake your shamrocks? March 17th just might be your lucky day. Legendary folk Irish band Dervish, who in their 30-year career have graced stages from Glastonbury to Rio, will be rocking their marriage of traditional Sligo, Leitrim, and virtuosic concert hall excellence on the stage of the Spire Centre this St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it's up with all ye plowmen, lads of hay, my merry plowman. Of all the jazz when I the best, commend me to the plowman.
Known for their technical precision and the soulful vocals of Kathy Jordan, this 6-member band has released 13 albums, shared bills with stars ranging from James Brown to Sting, received the BBC Lifetime Achievement Award, and was the first Irish band to play over 250,000 people at Rock in Rio. You don't want to miss this jig. Tickets are on sale now through the Spire Centre's website or at the box office. Doors will open at 6:30 the night of the show, and the concert kicks off at 7:30.
And that, my friends, wraps this episode of The Local Scene this week. Thank you for watching.
And if you live or work in Plymouth, Pembroke, Kingston, or Duxbury and would like to have your own show or podcast, you should. Email community@thelocalscene.media to find out about our production services and training for community members.
And if you have a story or event you'd like people to know about, email us at story@thelocalscene.media.
And as always, we thank our patron Tiny and Sons for supporting our mission of community in action through media.
The Local Scene this week will be back next week with more of what's good and good to know in our area. Until then, we'll see you on The Local Scene. Hello, friend. If you enjoyed this video, please think about scanning the QR code and making a contribution to The Local Scene. Every dollar is appreciated, and your support helps keep community media alive and our resources free to the community. We'll see you on The Local Scene.